Hey everyone, in today's video, I try to walk you through some tutorial on OpenSSH RSA keys, and I run into a small problem, a really basic problem, and it ends up taking me over an hour to troubleshoot this little problem. So, just a little proof right here that I'm a sysadmin, I work with Linux every single day, I'm working with Ansible and Kubernetes, but I still run into these little tiny problems that are so basic that it takes me forever to troubleshoot it, and then so many other little doubts and issues like that. So it just goes to show that you don't need to be a total expert, because I'm not an expert with Linux, I'm not a master. I hardly consider myself to be intermediate. I'm a little bit better than a noob, and that's not saying much, but I still work with Linux. I'm still qualified to work with Linux. I know what I'm doing most of the time. I can go through documentation and Google and research and troubleshooting to get that stuff done. So the biggest takeaway from this is that I'm always working to make myself better, more skilled, honing my values, making sure that tomorrow I'm a better sysadmin than I was today. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. Now, let's get into this video. You get to see all my frustrations and how I work through it. SSH is secure shell. What does that mean? Secure shell means, imagine you're sitting at your desk and you need to connect to a server. And the server is physically sitting in a server room, maybe down the hallway from your desk. Now, you could either stand up and walk over with your laptop or with the external monitor or with a keyboard and go into the server room and connect to it and go through that way. Or you can be lazy, sit at your desk and just connect to it remote. There are a few connection types that we could do with Linux that are remote. The main two that you'll probably hear about is Telnet and SSH. They both do similar things. The main difference is that Telnet is a non-encrypted connection, meaning that everything is sent in clear text, or plain text, I mean. So if someone were to be monitoring your network, maybe sniffing packets, and they saw that you connected to that virtual machine remotely, they would be able to see the password that you typed in. Totally non-encrypted. SSH is the solution to that. SSH encrypts all the traffic. So in this video, we're going to start off by typing in sudo apt-get install openssh -server. If you scroll up just a little bit, you will see this thing that says creating SSH key. This is a key, like a cryptographically secure key. It's kind of like a password, meaning that you need this key to get into the machine using SSH. It gives you a couple ones. There's a RSA key, there's a ECD key, there's a ED2 key, so those are the main keys. Looks like those are all the ones. So these are the keys that authenticate your secure connections to make sure that you can do the things that you're trying to do. So let's check a command here. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. We're gonna run netstat. Oh, netstat is not installed, so we gotta do sudo apt-get install nettools. So while this installs, netstat is basically like it shows information about networking stuff like ports. So if I type in netstat now, then hold on, let me, yeah, there you go. Okay, it's giving us a lot of information, so we can just do man netstat, because I'm trying to figure out what I was looking for. Version. Yeah, so here we can see netstat gives you routing tables, network connections, network interfaces, multicast, and I'm looking for a setting to filter. I can't remember what it is. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up Firefox, -A connections. I'm looking for something else. There's something, what is it? Windows? No. This is the one I'm looking for. sudo netstat tunnel to listen to all this TCP and UDP ports. So I could do this, go over to the other tab, and here it is, SSH. The way I remembered it is, SS is 22. It's like two S's backwards. Showing here, listening. So the port number 22 for SSH is listening. So, alright, looks good, looking good. Let me zoom back in. So let's go clear, and let's test out this bad boy. We're gonna SSH into ourselves. So for that, you have to SSH your username at localhost. And the first time you log into anything through SSH, it's gonna ask you for the fingerprint. And the fingerprint is this SSH key that you generated. And we can go ahead and click yes. It'll ask for the password. You have mail. Who's sending me mail to my VM? 2 messages, they're both from me. This is an email. Okay. How do I exit out of mail again? Exit. Just like that. Okay. Alright, so in order to get out of the SSH console, you just do Control D. And we're back to exactly where we were because we just SSH'd into ourselves. So we actually didn't go anywhere, and we came back to the same place that we were. So let's go clear, and let's check out the SSH folder. Let's see what's in here. We got moduli, SSH config. We've got a couple different things in here, right? Well, how about we go into that directory and we change something. We do some editing of how we want our SSH configuration to work. So I did SSH D, and D is for daemon. So why would you want to edit SSH? Why would you want to edit this configuration? Well, here it's showing the port that it's running on. By default, it's on port 22. But what if you wanted to crank up your security a notch and just put it to port like 90, 158? That would be a pretty difficult one to guess for someone who's trying to penetration test your network. So that's one thing that you can do. You can, if we go down, we can see things like, we got things like password authentication, yes. Permit empty passwords, no. We have Kerberos authentication, no. Alright, but here's the thing though. Right above this like yellow font thing that says challenge respond authentication, there's a field that says password authentication. And we're gonna go ahead and turn that off. Because in this video, we're gonna be talking about keys. So this means we can no longer log into, what am I doing? I was thinking like routers through Cisco. We can no longer log in using our password. Now we need a key. So if we do SSH oxymonster at localhost, and it let us in. So that's not good. Let me exit out of here, and let's go ahead and look at that configuration file again. Because our password still works. Why does it still work? We have password authentication to no. Maybe there's another setting in here somewhere. Here, let's try to restart the service. Sudo service SSH restart. Okay, now let's try SSH oxymonster, or you could just skip that because since we've already specified the username, the next time we do this SSH to the localhost, it'll just automatically assume that you're trying to log in with the previous user. So we can go ahead and hit enter, but you know what? Let me just write it out just for the sake of testing this. Permission denied. We need a public key. So our setting worked. We just had to restart the servers. So in order to get into our SSH terminal now, it's saying we need a public key. To get a public key, we gotta cut ourselves a key. In order to cut keys, or to make yourself a key, we could do SSH keygen. And this generates our key. We do -t for type of key. And the type we're going to be using is an RSA key. You can use DSA key as well, but for this example, we're using RSA key. And then -b, because this is going to be a brute password. B for brute. It's a strong password, complex. And I'm going to go ahead and do, you could do 124 bits, or you can do 248, or you can do, or sorry, not 240, 2048, or 1024, 4096. Here it's showing that it's going to save our key into the home directory of our user into this directory. And we can name it, and you should probably name this to something that makes sense. Let's say you work at KFC, right? You're a sysadmin at Kentucky Fried Chicken. So here's our KFC RSA pub key. Now it's saying empty. You could do empty, but you really shouldn't do it because it completely defeats the purpose of this. So I'm going to put in my password as chicken. Chicken. That's my password. Oh, permission denied. Let me do sudo. Yeah, we'll save it to KFC, RSA pub key. Passphrase. You know what? Chicken was too long. Let's do gravy. Gravy. Alright. Here is our key. It's been generated. And if we go to cat home oxymonster .ssh id RSA KFC RSA pub key. Hold on. I'm just trying to check if that RSA key got put into this folder. No such file or directory. Wow. What if I do home? CD. Oh, hold on. Too much. Trying to get to here, so cd.ssh cd known host. Well, that's a file. Okay, well, is this the same key that it generated? So it starts with the BUA. Does ours start with the BUA? No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, it generated it. Oh, I put it here. Is this where it went? Okay. I misread. Sorry, guys. CD. It went to sudo cd. I still can't get into root. Whatever. We know it's there. Let's leave it there. Let's try doing it this way. Yeah, why? Why is it only showing... There should be 2 other files here. And I swear that... Yeah, I did the keygen. We didn't get any error messages. Yes, we put it here. Did I mess up somewhere? Did I miss something? Because there should be another one that is like ID underscore RSA. Then there's an ID underscore RSA dot pub. And the dot pub key is your public key that can be shared publicly. Then you have your ID underscore RSA, which isn't public and that you should keep secret at all costs. But yeah, so we should have 2 other ones here. Maybe you have it. Maybe I'm just somehow... Yeah, let me figure this out. Maybe I make another one. KFC RSA pub key. Gravy. Gravy. Okay. ls ssh. Why? Where is it going? Because it's probably going into here, right? It's going into root, not into my directory. How do I get into root? Why have I forgotten how to get into root? Let's see. Oh yeah. Guess I could just ls. Can I get into root now? Okay, I'm in root, and there is no .ssh directory. So where is this going? What if I do this? Home, oxymonster, dash .ssh .id rsa. Can I do that? It's probably not going to work, but okay, I did something here. Whatever. Obviously in production this would probably be pretty bad, but we're just gonna roll with it, man. So let's do this. Come on. cd.sh cat id rsa.pub. Here is our SSH key. Copy. So we're actually going to create a new file. This file doesn't exist yet, but it's going to be authorized keys.txt. So we're doing this output into this file. This file doesn't exist yet, but as you know, this thing writes the file. So bam. Got authorized keys right here. And if we do cat authorized keys, it shows our RSA key. So now let's try logging in again through SSH. I'm going to do it over in this corner. SSH localhost. So we need a public key, okay. SSH localhost. Alright, so a little bit of troubleshooting here to see what's going on. Let's go ahead and tail our var log. Okay, so let's make this a little bit bigger. Connection closed, pre-auth. So essentially we just can't make the connection because I generated the SSH key. And now I'm trying to connect, but it doesn't know that I have an SSH key, so. But I made the key, so why? What's happening? Alright, so I think I figured it out. I think the file is called authorized keys. And the reason why it's not working is because I named it authorized keys.txt. So let me move authorized keys.txt to just authorized keys. Alright, so now let's try again. SSH localhost. No. We got, but different error this time actually. Before it said permission denied. Now it's saying load key permission denied. So do I have to do sudo SSH localhost? Oh, okay. Permission denied. I'm doing something here. Close. What if I do sudo my username, oxymonster? Permission denied, but if I do this, so now it's like broken again, I guess. What if I hold on. Restart. SSH. Okay, let's try this again. Sudo SSH oxymonster at localhost. Still. Okay. Let's go back here. Correct permissions and ownership. Maybe I don't have the right permissions. So what if I do AL? Where's my authorized keys? This. So what if I do chmod 777 for authorized keys? And then I can go sudo SSH. Permission denied still. Okay. What if I sign in as root? What if I don't know. Let me just make a new one. New RSA root. Yeah, I'll just name it root RSA. Password is just RSA. Okay. SSH oxymonster at localhost. What if I do sudo? Doesn't matter because I'm a root user anyways. I don't know, guys. I don't know. SSH. What if I go All right, I have an idea. I think that, hold on. We're gonna do the key gen again, but I'm gonna get out of root. So we're gonna, I'm just gonna grab this. Because I think what we were doing was that we're creating the SSH key and I forgot to put in my user. So I'm going to delete this email and put in my username. And does it have to be in quotes? I don't think it does. Okay, let's try this. Test key. Test. Test. Okay, ls. Then I'm gonna do delete authorized keys. Or is it RM? Authorized keys. Yeah, RM, okay. Okay, so we'll do test key. We're gonna cat the public key into authorized keys. Okay, so SSH oxymonster at localhost, and still not working. Did we put Yes, we did. I'm really struggling with this, guys. I don't know why. I've done this before and it was so easy. But now it's like, I swear I've bugged something in my system because I don't remember this being this hard. Okay. You know what? Let's start this over. Let's go cd lsa. Let's do rmrf dot ssh. Deleted. We don't have to worry about it. So now let's start all over again. Cat, authorized keys. No. What was the command? It was ssh keygen, oxymonster, rsa. Hold on. Let's specify 4096 bits. Okay, or not. Dash B, 4096. Test, RSA. Passphrase, RSA, RSA. LS, LSA. See, it didn't make the SSH file again. Why is it not making the SSH file? I swear my system is bugged. No, it's right here. All of my keys are right here. Why are my keys here? What directory am I in? I'm just in... It's putting all of my files... Not... It's saying that it's putting it into here, but it's not. It's putting it into... There's my KFC keys. What the hell? Alright, it's clearly not working correctly because it's putting my keys into my quote-unquote like desktop, like my home user profile instead of my SSH directory. It's not making an SSH directory, but it's saying that it is. Ay ay ay. Okay, let's apt delete OpenSSH server. Can we delete it? Or is it, hold on, what's delete command? It's remove, okay. So we'll do sudo apt remove OpenSSH server. Then we'll do sudo apt get install OpenSSH. Alright, now we're gonna go and edit that file. we're gonna make sure that password authentication is still no, meaning that if I do SSH localhost, it's not gonna work. Okay. So now we do this command. Okay, so it's showing it's gonna create our file in this directory, okay? That's what it's saying. So I'm gonna name it let's do idrsa.pub. No, that's a bet. New round 3 RSA ls-a. Okay, that's a good sign. We have the SSH. Can we go into it? cd SSH. And it's not in there. It put it into this folder again. So what if I do move? What if I just move them over? What if I just move these over into... Because that's where they should have been created. Okay. So let's do cat kfc.pub, and let's go ahead and copy this key. It's saying root though. Let's do vi authorized keys. Paste. SSH. What if I do root at localhost? What if I do oxymonster at localhost? Sudo kfc rsa pub key. Oh, sudo cat. You know what? Hold on. It's trying to end. Oh, are you not supposed to put anything in there? Yo, okay. Let me try this again. RM, RF. .ssh. Okay, SSH is removed. Okay. Let me try this again. One more time. Keygen. Okay. Now you just hit enter. That's it. Okay. Enter passphrase. We'll just do RSA, RSA, ls, ls-a. Then we go to cd.ssh, ls. Okay, we got the two there. All right. And can we do vi id rsa.pub? Okay, let's grab this. And then let's try vi authorized keys. And do this. Okay. ls. It's in there. Here we go, man. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna find a if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna quit IT and go back to some other job. Yes? And it works! Holy crap! Holy fuck, man! Damn! Yo, I was trying to do a tutorial on how to do OpenSSH with keys, RSA keys instead of a password. And halfway through the video, it just doesn't work. And I spend the next, I don't know how long, it's probably been like 20 minutes now of me just troubleshooting and like figuring out why it's not working just because of one little minute step that I was fucking up on. Damn! Alright, well, we did it, and now I don't have to quit my job, so that's it. I'm not going to make this video any longer. See you guys in the next lesson. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, too.